Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your November tarot reading. I'm using my Magic Soul Tarot today, and I'm going to lay out the Celtic Cross for you. This is a reading if your Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus sign is in Scorpio, so let's start with your reading. Also, welcome to all the cross watchers here. What are the energies for Scorpio? What are the energies for Scorpio? This is your card, by the way, death, transformation, change. Might also mean that you feel more in your element, in your power again. So, number one, an exciting new opportunity and beginning with the Ace of Wands. We have the Four of Swords as the challenge. We have the King of Wands as the focus and the King of Swords on the emotional side of things. Then in the past, the Hermit, near future, Temperance. Your energy is Four of Wands, Sun, wow, and the Eight of Wands and the Emperor. We have three kings or masculine energies, two kings, one emperor here. The advice is the World, and the bottom of the deck is the Princess of Swords. So the Princess is the energy of the page, right? So there is an exciting new opportunity of which you hope is going to develop extremely well. So this is the energies of your hopes and fears, and especially since there is this one wand and there are 8 wands, I feel like you hope that there is this opportunity, this new maybe idea, that might be something given to you from the outside. So really a real opportunity and chance given to you from the outside, maybe connected to some sort of business or project. Or this might be even you initiating something, you having some sort of idea. And I feel like the main thing that I can see here is that that also you have the King of Wands obviously here in your thoughts as well, which again connects to the manifestation of this one idea, this one opportunity, chance given to you. Gonna get there in a second again, but I feel like for November what you really hope is that this new opportunity is going to shoot through the roof and it's going to be super successful. It might be some sort of movement that you're hoping for. The Eight of Wands can always stand for moving or for a journey. Maybe you have the idea to travel somewhere, so that could be something that we see here. So yeah, something that comes in as some sort of new opportunity. I feel like there is going to be some sort of information or message coming in that might be something that you cannot see yet, or that is yet not fully manifested. But the Princess of Swords is exactly that. Some sort of message, conversation, communication, maybe a letter coming in with some sort of important knowledge or piece of information. Now, the challenge with the Four of Swords here, I do feel like November is not going to be a really calm month, though this is something that you're going to move into here with the Temperance card. There is some sort of reason for you to celebrate with the Four of Wands here in your energy field. But having the Four of Swords here in that position is, well, that's a time out card. Having a time out, healing, resting. So it might not be a really resting month for you, especially with this new energy being here and your hopes you have connected to that situation. Also, the Four of Swords in this energy might mean that you haven't healed from a certain pain, from a certain heartache or something that has happened to you at some point. So that might be some sort of challenge as well, that some sort of pain hasn't healed yet. What's quite interesting in your energy field, obviously having the Ace of Wands here is amazing already as the main energy. It's really like energy, power, inspiration. You're motivated, you're inspired. you're really positive, you're optimistic, which we can see here, like I said, as well. But having the two kings here, first in your mind and what you're thinking about, and then in your heart, I think that's very impressive. Now, with the King of Wands, you're thinking about your visions and your goals and how to best manifest them into reality. Basically, whatever this opportunity is, you are thinking about how to make the best out of it and to reach your goals successfully. With the King of Wands, you might be thinking about if the King of Wands could be another person. So maybe you are thinking about getting somebody in who's very experienced in that field, in this field where I feel like there is this new beginning. So that person can give you advice out of experience. So there might be a counselor, or there might be some sort of trainer, or somebody in a leading position who's very good at what he or she does and who can really help and support you how to now make a plan and to manifest that big vision that you have. If this is not another person, this is simply you, so you might embody that energy as well and are really now, okay, how can I really plan this now? And I want to say something connected to the other court cards here, because the king is the only mature energy in the, let's say, 3 elements of wands, because you have the page and the knight goes then into the king, while the queen is a supporting energy. Now, with the page and with the knight, those energies, they're just jumping in. They are fired up. The page of wands, if the page of wands has the ace, basically if the page has an idea, it's a very immature energy. This page is just jumping in without planning, without thinking. It's very impulsive. He just feels like, I need to do this now, and I'm doing it, which is in a way good because he initiates a lot of things, and that's obviously a good thing. But sometimes then he's lacking the maturity and the foresight to see what challenges could arise and how to move through them. So very, very often, people who are in the energy of the page of wands, they don't see things through, and they start a lot of things, but they are not finishing them. It's very similar to the knight, because the knight also jumps in and it's try and error, and I want to do this, I want to do that, and that's the maturing part of it. So he's doing things, he's more in, okay, I'm doing it now, and he might pull through a little bit longer, but it's only when the fire element has matured to the king that the choices that you make connected to this ace, connected to this opportunity, have a real potential to manifest in long-term success. And this is what this is about. Now, coming to your emotional side of things, it's quite interesting that we do see the King of Swords here, as that usually talks about an emotional detachment. This really talks, maybe you're rationalizing your feelings. You might just feel very emotionally detached. I also can't see any emotions here, which doesn't mean that you don't have emotions. There is at least a sensation of joy and celebration here that I can see. So I don't necessarily feel like this is a relationship reading in that sense, but that you're going to be very, very clear. I feel like emotionally you are clear, you are detached in some shape or form, and there might be a very mature conversation, because that's what the king does. The king is a mature conversation energy about strategies of how to move forward. But then again, this is more like the strategies, the communication, but it's in the emotional side of it. So you might communicate your emotions very maturely here, or it's simply, like I said, it might be a business matter here where you need to stay emotionally detached, to have a clear head, to not get confused, to not get into any sort of weirdness here. So some sort of emotional detachment in that sense might be quite helpful. The Hermit in the past shows me that you have gone through a period of spending time on your own, of soul searching, of reflecting, finding answers to your questions in life in general. So yes, either you have withdrawn consciously from a situation or from the world. It might be an energy of feeling a little bit isolated and alone as well. In the end, the Hermit always comes with this lesson to really reflect on your past, reflect on where you are now and where you want to go from here. So that feels like an energy you're just coming out of with this Ace of Wands, which is now the light bulb, like the light moment. Or it's not the light bulb, because that would probably more be the Ace of Swords, but it's the moment, like energy is coming back into your life, a situation, and that's what we can see here. Like there's some sort of spark, and that has a big potential to manifest quite successfully. So after all of that, you're moving into the Temperance card. So there might be a need to be balanced and to stay centered, to not fall into an extreme here. So that could be some sort of advice: stay balanced, stay calm, don't go into extremes. It could also mean that this is an energy that is present and that is coming towards you. So after all of this, and after you might have had some issues having time out and for yourself and spending time for healing because of some sort of other thing, other chance and opportunity that has been given to you, you're moving into a calmer energy here. So your excuse me, your life is going to be more calm, more relaxed. You're going to be more calm, more relaxed, more in balance. I do see it more as an, okay, this is going to happen, with a little hint of don't go into extremes. Yes, just be mindful, but I feel like that's a natural process that's going to happen now, which is quite nice, because for some degree of November, this time out and slow paced energy doesn't seem to be really possible. But I also feel like this is not what you want, because you want things to move fast. So that's very interesting here. Like I already said, the Four of Wands here says that there is some sort of reason for you to celebrate, some sort of achievement, some sort of milestone that you're celebrating here, which, I mean, it could be your birthday. Maybe you're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. So obviously that could be very significant here. Let's say the energies from the outside. Now this could be a person. Either there's a very positive, optimistic, happy person in your life who's very then obviously supportive, or there is your surroundings are very abundant, very successful, very positive here. So may that be a person or your environment or the outside in some shape or form. There is success, there is abundance, maybe even a healing energy, which we do have in a way here as well, which is nice, because here the energy of healing seems to be the challenge while it is coming in. So some sort of healing is coming in as well, maybe through some sort of success here. It's a very beautiful, warm, abundant energy. It might mean that a specific person makes you feel like that, or something in the outside makes you feel like that, especially with having the Four of Wands here. So you might feel, because of another person or your environment, very successful, very happy, very abundant. The outcome of this reading, so we see this really amazing opportunity and chance here. We see that things then get into balance. So this really nice energy of balance and harmony is coming in, and then you're moving into the Emperor, and the Emperor means it's time to take action. And that's interesting, because that's a theme that the masculine energies bring in 3 times here. So whatever this is, and I want to emphasize on this, because if this is not followed by any action, by any planning and then taking action, this is just going to make poof, and nothing is going to come of that. So with having 3 kings here, 2 kings, 1 emperor, it is important to really define your goal. Where do you want to go? And then make a plan. How are you going to achieve that goal? Be mature about it. If you don't know the best way, if you're not an expert, get an expert in that is able to help you. to form a clear strategy, to really have the experience so you are able to achieve your goal and to take action upon it. There might be new structures coming in or some sort of leadership energy, which maybe that's what you are going to do. You might be going and thinking about it and then going into a leadership position in some sort of business or project. So you might feel more empowered here and maybe more yourself like a leader. But what does a leader do? A leader, so if the emperor who's reigning, do you say that? That sounds like reigning. The emperor reigns and decides the rules in his country or region, or however you say that in English. So he says, okay, if you want to live here, these are the rules you're going to live here. You need to play by. And if you don't obey these rules, you're going to be out. So it's about having boundaries, having clear boundaries, having clear rules and structures in order to keep your vision. So that means if somebody is stealing, but you say, no, stealing is not allowed here, that person is out. If somebody's lying, no, we are living in an environment where we don't lie. You are the emperor of that environment. That person is out. So there is something, especially with this energy, a lot of masculine energy coming in, where it's important to have certain rules and structures. Sometimes that means being disciplined with yourself as well. That people play by in order to keep the vision. So that is another aspect connected to the emperor here. We have the world card. The world is an advice. In that sense, the advice is to really close a chapter. Maybe in order for this new thing to really be born, because that's basically, you could say this is the moment of conceiving something, conceiving an idea, conceiving an opportunity that then needs to be acted upon. And I feel like what's important for this opportunity here, beside all of this structure and planning and maybe getting experts in, is to close a chapter. So something really needs to be closed here. On the other hand, the word obviously could mean relocating. It's also a card of relocating and traveling. So that could be another advice that is important. So let's close your reading with the Moonology Oracle cards. What's the additional message for Scorpio? Balance, spirituality, and practicality. That's the full moon in Pisces. I do feel like this is something that comes in probably with the energy of the Temperance, or maybe a little bit later on, but I feel like there is a lot of planning, a lot of structuring. That's my plan, that's my goal. And I feel like you also need to attend a little bit to your spiritual needs, because I feel like the energy is very practical here with the masculine energy. So just take some time to balance, yes, maybe spirituality and practicality, but I also feel like take some time to really balance the practical things here, the doing part of it, and the feminine energies here, and the emotional energies, and take some time to do things that nurture you and your emotions. All right, Scorpio, this is your reading for November. I hope, of course, that you resonate with it, and I'll see you guys next time.